Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Matt, Dlux, DluxFab.com. Today, present the ass end of a super. No, I'm just kidding. We're talking about servo strengtheners. What are they for? What do they do? Basically, more or less, it's gear reduction for the gear reduction in your servo. So, let's say you got 1,000 inch ounces of torque in your servo. You think that's not enough? Let's give it some gear reduction, some more leverage, you know. I didn't count these teeth, but looks like more or less 2 to 1. So double your power. So we have these for several different servos available. They're on the website. Take a look at that. More or less, it's gear reduction for your servo, like I said. Carbon arm, some gears. Through movie magic, we're going to go back in time, knock this apart, show you guys how to build it. All right, hold on. What's up, guys? This is a servo strengthener kit. Y'all seen it on the website. It's out there. This is how the kit's going to come to you. All going to be bagged up, but this is all the parts here to here. There's going to be 2 of these, 2 sets of these, tall ones and short ones. I got an RS800 V2, as you can see. I need the tall ones. But all the parts you see here, minus these 4 washers, I put those there because I like them, are all going to be, that's what's going to come in the kit. So here's how it goes together. Now your super, or whatever, whichever rig you, I guess super, whatever you need it on, the servo's going to be this way, the way it's built. We're going to need to flip it around. So bear that in mind. Now this piece here, this is a servo mount that comes with the super axles. It's assumed you already have this. So this is how this goes together. Make sure that your bulge is to the outside. This goes up under your servo, like so. This piece here goes like this. But we got to get screws in it. Set that down. We're going to start with getting all these screws started with these spacers. They fit tight. They're supposed to fit tight. Let's get these started. Leave them a little bit loose. Don't go all the way home with the screw. These are threading into this plastic spacer, so bear that in mind. So leave that a little loose. Let's get this other side started. Hope you all having a good day. Enjoying the cold and snow all the way across most of the nation right now. Super duper cold. Y'all in a warm climate, well, enjoy that. That's always nice. Sweet. You see? Got all those started, but they're nice and loose, right? You drop it on like so. Now, the nuts, you should already have those from your other kit. But let's get those started. We'll start these by hand just because it's simpler. Get all these started. Probably won't be able to get that one because my fingers are too big. See, that's why we leave it loose. See, that screw just bottomed out there. But we got it started, so we're good. So we'll spin it on. We'll back it up. Back the screw up. Then we'll run this down some more. We're gonna come through and tighten all these. Make sure it's important to start, you know. We're gonna start all these. It's important to start all these screws just so everything fits. It doesn't fight you. Ah! Struggle bus. Struggle bus. Screw done bottomed out. Yeah. last one. Get in there. Now, get all these tightened up now that they're all started. So what you're going to do is you're going to back the screw all the way up with the nut on it, like so, till it stops. Grab it, run it back down. Then you're going to back it up again, just a hair, until you feel it be nice and tight there. And you grab it, and you really send her home. Make sense? Tighten her up, back her up. Ah, get over here. Where do you think you're going? Good and tight. German torque. Do the other side. Same deal. Back them both up this time. There's a lot of when you drive this truck with all this. These servos are strong to begin with. I think this RS800 is like 1100 at 4 cells. It's like, then you double it with the gear reduction. You're talking 2200 inch ounces of torque there. It's a lot of power. You want these screws tight. You don't want this reefing on itself and trying to break itself off there, because it's going to try. So you got to make sure this is on there real good. Back it off. Re-grab. Stab yourself with the pliers. Just because. Yeah. There we go. Cool. There's the basic assembly. Next, we're going to set this kind of home where it goes. Stay right there. This is your large gear. I don't know what else to call it. It's a large gear. Comes with 2 flange bearings, one for the top, one for the bottom. There's also these shims. These shims can go between the bearing and the bottom. You can put them right here and then slide your bearing in. That way you can set your height of your gear. I'm not certain I need it because I built it before with it, and this gear was sitting a little proud, a little high. So I'm going to try it this time without it. This is going to be as needed, these shims are. You may need them for your setup, you may not, but either way you have them. So, bearings go in both sides here. Flange bearings, I'm sorry. Top and bottom. Boop, just like that. You got this little bushing dealy. Goes in here like so. Grab your servo assembly there. Get your big coarse thread machine bolt there. Slide her up on. Make sure that's not touching anything. Right there, see it's not rubbing? It does a little bit. We may need a shim. Let's build it without it and see if we do. Big old nylock nut to go on there. Get your Allen keys you never use because they're not for RC stuff. This set actually lives in the door of my pickup just in case. So that's why it's dirty and roachy. You want to make sure this is good and tight, guys. Be a lot of force on that once this loads up, trying to turn these wheels on the Super. Nice and smooth. We're not rubbing on anything. Oh wait, see? We still got room there. I guess we do need the shims, either top or bottom. See, we got that? I didn't have that last time. Alright, guess let's put them shims in there. Learn with me. So I guess you need those either way. However you stack them, you need them in there. So there's our sleeve. We'll leave him right yonder. Now we're going to pop these out of here. See, will just fall out? Nope, we're going to have to reach in there and push one of these bearings out. There's that one. Oh yeah, got it. Alright, so there's a thick and a thin. I think what I'm going to do is put the thick one on the bottom. We'll put the thin one on top. See the flange goes on that bearing like so? And that should take out that up and down movement we were just seeing. So, again we go. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty nice. You know, the more I look at that, the more that shim on top kind of annoys me. Let's put them both on the bottom. I think it looks funny. I know I had good engagement when I mocked it up before. Let me push this bearing back out. Sorry, y'all. Didn't mean to make you learn with me on the clock here. Try to get as much into the video for the shortest amount of time we can. Put our shim on yonder like so. Drop our gear on. Drop the bearing home. Alright, now we're back to where I should have been a minute ago. That's alright. Sometimes it be like that. Said, guys, you want that tight. So now got that on there. That's nice. That doesn't wiggle. That doesn't come up and down. Good to go. Next step be your gear that goes on your servo. This is a nice machined brass gear here. Pretty sweet. Your servo splines on the back. I'm going to have to come back and center this all up, guys, when I set it, you know, pop this off later. Center the servo up and all that as you go to set it up with your radio. Now, just bear in mind, guys, if you're going to use this kit, your servo needs to have 180 degrees of travel. If the servo doesn't have 180 degrees of travel, you're going to come up short on your steering angle. So, just bear that in mind. Most servos you can program. Some come 180. The NSDRCs come 180 degrees. I know the Reefs, some come 180, I think, and some you have to program. The Holmes Hobbies ones, I believe they're a little short on travel from talking to a customer this week about it. But, see, now there you go. We'll get that all together nicely. At this point, we're going to go ahead and remount this to the axle. Now, these 4 screws you should have already had, because they came with your super axles or however you're putting your servo on your truck. Now you could use this servo strengthener for several different applications. Just you can get creative and make something fun with it, or put it on something that you would not think it should be there just because you want it. So it's easier to set all those screws like that and start them the way I did. Now you should Loctite these screws here. Excuse me. You should blue Loctite these screws here. Just because all the force on this thing, when you're driving it, there's going to be a lot of force lateral. These need to be Loctited. I'm not doing that right now. I'm going to come back and do that in a bit. Just in the interest of brevity for the video. Words, Matt. You notice I'm not rattling the impact down on these screws? You will destroy these screws with even the little impacts. So put them in, snug them up by hand. Now, here's our servo arm. Like I said, I put the washers on it. You can clock it. There's 2 sets up 4 holes in there. You can see you can clock it here or here depending on how you need it. These are also countersunk on the bottom there. So like I said, the kit won't come with these washers. I put them on there because I wanted them. Now would be a good time, before you bolt this on here, you need to slip this screw in for your drag link. Like I said, I'm going to have to readjust all this, so I'm aware of that. So we'll drop this on, put her, oh, drop my screw, homie, get back here. It doesn't want me to have that screw, does it? Come here. We're going to go ahead and actually put this on. At least finger tight. Now on this, especially on the Super guys, these rod ends, they're pretty stout. They do a pretty good job. But Super is hard on stuff. So all of your rod ends, like here and here, throw a washer on there to back your hollow ball up. We're not worried about tightening that right now, just on there. Now we'll get this on. And I think these are 8mm screws, the 4 that hold this on. You can always start all 4. Well, pretty much there you go. We'll tighten this down and you'll be all set. That's how you double your power of your servo. So you run it. Yep, see I have the clocking part here off. So you got full turn that way. But I'm coming up short there. And of course that's loose. I'm coming up short there because of where this is. We'll pop him back out of the way just for giggles. Because I'm going to have to center this up. Come on off there. There it goes. But now you got both. Oh, I see what's you screw. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, so it should have both full travel both ways. But you see why you'll need your 180 degrees to travel. So I'll center this up when I set the radio up on this, because I took the radio out of it. Now I got to put it back, and sometimes it'd be like that. You know how it goes. But more or less, guys, there you go. Servo Strengthener. See, now I got it all the way that way. I done did it good. That's all right. But yeah, there you go. That's how you build it. Y'all got any questions, concerns? Put them down in the comments below. Thank you. See y'all. Go build something.